Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, back with another video. So I got a lot of questions on one of my other videos of how to take a business idea from just an idea all the way to execution, profitable execution. What do you do? How do you do it? As a branding strategist and somebody who designs websites and designs different graphics and things of that nature all the time, one thing that I'm constantly, consistently doing is taking an idea or just a thought from idea to execution. And so this is something that I am very versed in. I think as someone who is creative, even someone who is a content creator like you might be yourself, this is something that you want to kind of get in the habit of doing, but also you want to develop a process of how you take an idea from just an idea to execution. So I wanted to talk today in this video describing and sharing how I do so. So being an entrepreneur constantly means getting ideas and things that pop up in your mind at all random times of the day and the night. So typically these things happen around 2 a.m., 4 a.m., in the shower, taking a bath, in the car with your kids when you can't write anything down. Is that just a me problem? I don't know. But typically I'm getting ideas and things of that nature that come to me at all times of the day and all times of the hour. So I keep a journal or I keep an app open on my phone, the Notes app, that is gonna consistently be able to help me to remember the ideas that I think about. So if you're somebody who is wanting to pursue business, somebody who is wanting to be an entrepreneur, having a journal or having a notes app on your phone or somewhere where you can actually take down these ideas is going to be super helpful in the long run. Sometimes you're just getting these ideas that randomly come in your mind, right? But the hardest part is not necessarily getting those ideas. One of the hardest parts is usually executing on those ideas, usually bringing that idea and taking it just from a thought all the way to execution. In my process of helping a lot of businesses and entrepreneurs do this, I'd say there are about 7 to 10 steps that help you to do this. So number one is idea. So the first thing that you need, which you most likely already have, is the idea. A lot of people start with the idea, but don't necessarily have the next steps on how to execute that idea fully. You might have an idea to open up a coffee shop, to start a business, to start an e-commerce online, to open up a spa. So the very first thing that you will have most likely is the idea. Like I said, at any time of the day or night, you might catch an idea and you might decide to write it down in your journal or in your notes app on your phone. When you do that, once you write that down, which you absolutely should write that idea down, no idea is stupid. I want you to throw out that notion completely because there are so many people who are making money, who are monetizing their gifts, who are doing things with their unique abilities. So I absolutely want you to write down your idea and anything that you might have that you think is something that could be profitable for you. You want to create another stream of income? Are you on a goal to increase your income to multiple streams? There's different reasons why you start a thing. I want to know why you started it, and I want you to write it down on that piece of paper right next to your idea. So the next thing that you would need is a business plan. This might sound a little early in the game, but I am all about business and I'm all about numbers and crunching numbers and honestly not wasting my time. And so when it comes to having a business idea or having something that you think can be profitable for you or can just be established or manifested out into an actual execution of what you want to do, then you absolutely want to have a business plan. And when I say business plan, I'm talking about your pricing, I'm talking about your competitors, I'm talking about your market research. Is this idea profitable? Can you make this something that is profitable? If it's a new invention, it's something that you want to test on the market. You want to see if it's even profitable, if it's going to generate any money. That's a lot of times what people are doing when they do shows like Shark Tank and things of that nature. They're getting an investor's opinion so that they don't waste their time on a business that is going to take them a decade to build out when it's not even profitable. So you absolutely want to test your idea with a business plan. You want to write down your competitors. Has anybody built anything like what you're doing? Has anyone established anything like what you're doing? Because if somebody has, that means that there is a market for the business or the idea that you have. If it is not something that somebody has already done, it still can be profitable. You would have to actually test it with the target audience or the customer that you're actually wanting to built that product or service for. So if it's something brand new, you want to test it on a brand new market. If it's something that's not new, you want to see what your competitors are doing, see if it's actually a market for it, do market research, see what the profitability is for that item or service in the next year or decade. You want to make sure that it's something worth investing into. So once you find out if it is profitable for you or not, once you find out if it's an actual business and can be executed into a business by building out a business plan, you're gonna want to look into names. So names are important because you want to establish the name for the idea. What is it that you're doing? Is it a product, service, place, restaurant, lounge, anything that you're building out, right? If you want to do that, you kind of want to look into names so that you can go into the next part of the process. A good way to figure out whether or not this name has been used or not is to kind of go look online, look on Google, see what domains are available on GoDaddy. Just kind of see if that name has been used. Look on social media. Has your idea been taken? If it has, then keep brainstorming and figuring out what the name is. If the name has not been used, well, good. Then that means that you can actually do it. You want to make this legal. Sometimes doing legal things, like actually going to the DBA, actually going to the government or your state, things like going to your state comptroller or actually making your business a legal entity, these things will put a fire under you like never before, because then you'll kind of get a flash of inspiration. You'll feel inspired by the fact that you took action on the idea that you had. So if you're doing a new business and you want to establish yourself, a good way to do it is to make sure that you get the legal things taken care of. Don't be intimidated by going to do the legal things that you need to do for your business. You want to get into the habit of paying taxes and things like that, because you kind of want to establish yourself as a real business owner. You are a business owner. You came up with an idea, and now we're going through this video to learn how to execute on that idea. So you're a real business owner, and you need to kind of show up as one, right? So doing the legal things, doing the legal necessary things is going to do two things for you. It's going to inspire you, one, and then it's also going to make sure that you are a legal entity. Nobody can question you if you've done everything the right way. So do everything the right way immediately, right at the start. Don't try to have this business where you're doing stuff undercover and you got Cash App and you're doing all this stuff that it'll come back to bite you. Hey, you do things the right way and you won't have to suffer in the long run. But there's things that you just don't know. So also going to the government entity will allow you to get information about business and how to run a business in your state if that's something that you're trying to do, right? So go get your legal documents, get your legal paperwork, get your EIN number and things of that nature, so that all this will, be in your possession by the time that you're ready to move to the next step. My next thing would be to brand that idea. You have your legal documents, you have your business plan, you know what you're gonna be doing, you know that your idea hasn't been taken, you have the name and all those things, right? So the next thing that you wanna do is brand it out. You wanna be able to get your visual identity in place. You wanna get your mission and vision. You wanna do all the things that have to do with the branding part of the process, right? You want to build out this idea visually, but you also want to build out the foundation of the idea. What was it founded on? What's your brand story? What's your mission and vision? What are the goals that you have for this idea in the next 5 to 10 years? We want to know it. We want to know it because as you build out this idea, it has to be presented in a way that is going to be memorable to those that you're trying to sell it to. So if you're building an online business, you absolutely need a website. This would be the part of the process where you're building out your website, you're building out your brand, you're building out that identity, and you are doing the necessary steps to make this a actual brand and business. With business cards, you want to start building out your social media platforms. Make sure that whatever designer you're working with, whatever brand strategist you're working with, they are able to give you the steps on how to make each touch point for your customers interactive. You want to make sure that they know how to build out on the social media platforms, on your website, on the Facebook, on your YouTube if you decide to have one, on the physical side and on the online side. Because branding is not just the online side and the digital side. It is absolutely the physical side where you have actual tangible business cards in your hand. You have an actual You have an actual tangible brick and mortar, things of that nature. So it's physical and digital. It is not just a website and online social media platforms. It is also your interaction with each customer, your interaction with each touch point, how your employees are handling each of your customers as they meet them, how they're being greeted. Branding is throughout that whole process. So you want to work with somebody who knows exactly what they're talking about and how to get your brand in various touch points where it needs to be. So now that your brand is actually looking like something, now that it is actually built out, it has a brand identity, it has the online stuff going on, it has the physical location things going on if it is a physical entity, it has all those pieces. The next thing that I want you to do is grab that business plan. You remember the business plan that we made? Don't skip steps. Don't skip steps. Hey, remember the business plan that we were talking about before? Go grab that business plan, and I want you to grab it and I want you to see what the cost is to start your business. I want you to look at numbers. We want to market this idea now. We don't want to just go from the start to finish, got the idea, got the business paperwork, got the name, got the branding, doing all this stuff, right? A lot of my past clients and a lot of people that I'm seeing that are like wanting to get into business and wanting to like build out brands and things of that nature, they get to the website, they get to the brand, and then the very last thing that they forget or they skip out on is actually marketing their business. You want to market your business. You want to see how much it's going to cost you to put out some ads and start learning that marketing side of the business and actually start talking to people about what it is that you do. Talk about your idea now. What I know a lot of people do is we talk about the idea before we ever execute on it, right? We do all the talking. I want to do this. I want to build this out. I want to have this. I want to establish this. But then we don't do the work to actually get it established. And we want to talk about it before. But then when we actually do get it established, we stop talking about it. We stop marketing. We stop promoting it. We don't want to put it out on social media and Facebook because we don't want our friends and families to see it and judge us. We don't want to be known to have started something and then it failed. No, I want you to build out the business, and then I want you to talk about it till you're blue in the face. Talk about it till everybody is like, I need you to be quiet because you're getting on my nerves talking about the business. No, I need you to keep talking about the business. I need you to keep talking about the business until it gets on everybody's nerves. I need your friends to pull out of the conversation because they're like, look, I done heard this person talk about this business every single day for the last 30 days. I'm out. That's what I want to happen. I want y'all to market the business so well that people are so annoyed at how much marketing you're doing, how much promoting you're doing. Because when you market your business, that really means that you believe in it. That really means that you actually believe that it can do something, that it can go somewhere. That means that you actually believe in the ability and the skill set that God gave you to bring this idea from idea to execution. And now you're marketing it because you believe that it can actually do something beyond your reach, beyond your span of influence, beyond your family and friends. You want to be talking about it so much that other people start talking about it. And so marketing is not just from word of mouth. It is also online. It is also newspaper. It is also guerrilla marketing, knocking on people's doors. It's also cold calling. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. I highly recommend using and utilizing social media since it is a free platform. You can grow organically and you can market your business that way, or you can actually do paid marketing, paid advertising. And there is a learning curve with paid advertising. So if you don't want to go that route, or if you do want to go that route and don't want to learn, you can just hire somebody to do that paid advertising for you. But these options are available for you, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you don't skip out on this step because marketing is so important for your business. It is the heart and soul of your business. You will not get sales if you do not market, period. So you want to market your business, you want to market that idea, and you want to really get the word out about what you're doing. So the very last step, I would say, and you're going to be so annoyed that I'm saying this, but consistency. Consistency is the bread and butter for every single thing that you're doing beyond business, school, education, anything that you are trying to accomplish. You need consistency. And so when it comes to marketing and when it comes to having an idea, starting and taking the idea all the way from idea to execution, right? You've done all these steps. Sometimes people get to this point and they believe that because I've done all these steps, that things should come easily for me. I don't have to be consistent because I did all this prior work. I did all this work and now the sales are just gonna come, or people are just gonna love my idea so much. How would they know? How would they know? And a lot of times people need to see your advertising between 8 to 12 times before they actually buy. Sometimes even more than that, about 20 times before they actually decide, I'm gonna make a purchase. But if you weren't consistent, they'll never see your advertising and your marketing that often. So you really wanna take the time to be consistent, be patient, understand that if I'm gonna take this idea from just an idea to execution, then I'm gonna need to see this process all the way through. Consistency helps you to see how bad you want something. I want to challenge you to be consistent. Try to market and promote your business for 21 days. 21 days. It grows in 21 days. And then I want you to come back to this video, comment down below what you did, how you did. I wanna know, I wanna hear about it, because 21 days builds a habit for one, and then two, that consistency will give you a momentum that you might not have had before. So I want you to choose one idea, and I want you to execute on that idea. If you have the idea in your mind, like I said, let's go through all the steps, write it down, do all the stuff that we talked about, and I want to hear how it went. Let me know. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.